Assalamu alaikum dear students. My today's topic is change in quantity demanded and change in demand. In this first part, we will discuss change in quantity demanded, and the next part we will discuss change in demand. Now we will study change in quantity demanded. Change in quantity demanded refers to increase or decrease in quantity purchased of a commodity in response to decrease or increase in its price and other things remaining constant. So it's expressed through movement along the demand curve, right? See, what's movement along the demand curve? We can say that a movement along a demand curve takes place when there is a change in the quantity demanded due to a change in the commodity's own price. Uh, so we can say when due to change in its own price, quantity demand of a commodity changes, and it's expressed by different points on the same demand curve. So it's called movement along a demand curve. See, increase in the quantity demanded of a commodity due to fall in its price is called extension of demand, and decrease in the quantity demanded due to the rise in its price is called contraction of demand. So we can say that the extension of demand is caused by the decrease in price of the same commodity, and the contraction of demand is caused by increase in price of the same commodity. Now we will see the illustration of extension and contraction of demand through table and graph. Through table and graph. If you see in this table, this is a table for the extension of demand. Suppose I have already told you what's extension of demand, that other things being equal, when with a fall in price, quantity demanded of a commodity rises, it's called extension of demand. It's also shown in the table. You see in this table, if you see this table, when the price of a commodity is rupees 5 per unit, the quantity demand is 1 unit. When the price falls from rupees 5 to rupees 1, the quantity demand increases from 1 to 5 units. So what you have learned in this graph, that with the fall in price from 5 to 1, there is a rise in the quantity demanded from 1 to 5 units. So this is the extension of demand, right? So we can say that extension of demand is indicated by a movement along the same demand curve. I will show you how in this diagram. You see in this diagram, when the price is 5 rupees, at that time, when the price is 5 rupees, the quantity demand is 1 unit. When the price decreases from 5 to rupees 1, there is extension of demand from 1 to 5 units, right? So we can say that there is an extension from point A to point B on the demand curve dd, on the demand curve dd. So extension of demand refers to increase in quantity demanded, of a commodity due to fall in its price. Okay, and we can also say diagrammatically that and that it means a movement from left to right. It means a movement from left to right on the same demand curve. Uh, like from A to B. This is extension in demand, right? Okay. Now we will study the contraction of demand. Now what is contraction of demand? You see, other things remaining the same when with a rise in price, with a rise in price, the quantity demanded of a commodity decreases. The quantity demand of a commodity decreases. This is called a contraction of demand, as it's shown in this table and also in this curve. Now if we will discuss the table, you see, we can also say, if we show this table, when the price of a commodity is rupees 1 per unit, the quantity demand is rupees 5. When the price of the commodity is rupees 1 per unit, the quantity demand is 5 units. See, when the price increases, when the price of the commodity increases from rupees 1 to rupees 5, the quantity demanded decrease from 5 units to 1 unit. The quantity demanded decrease from 5 units to 1 unit. This is the contraction of demand. What we have learned in this table is that when the price rises, when there is rise in price, there is fall in quantity demanded. When the price rises from 1 to rupees 5, there is fall in quantity demanded from 5 units to 1 unit. So this is called contraction of demand, right? Now we will see the contraction of demand in this figure too. See, when the price of the commodity is 1 rupees, the quantity demanded is 5 units. The quantity demanded is 5 units. When the price increases from 1 to 5 rupees, when the price increases from 1 to 5 rupees per unit, there is contraction of demand. The demand decreases from 5 units to 1 unit. So there is contraction. So we can say here, like extension of demand, contraction of demand is also indicated on the demand curve, like D1 is indicated in demand curve D1. So it's indicated on the same demand curve. However, the direction of the movement is opposite. The direction of the movement is opposite. The movement is downwards. The movement is downwards in uh, extension of demand. But here in the contraction of demand, the movement is upwards. The movement is upwards from B to A. So there is contraction of demand. This is called contraction of demand. So we can say the contraction of demand refers to decrease in quantity demanded of a commodity. It refers to decrease in quantity demanded of a commodity due to rise in price from one is shown in this figure here. Now diagrammatically, it means a movement from right to left. It means a movement from right to left on the same demand curve from B to A, right? Now this is called contraction of demand curve. So now you have learned that a movement along a demand curve takes place when there is a change in the quantity demanded due to a change in commodity's own price, and extension of demand is caused by decrease in price of the same commodity, and the contraction of demand is caused by the increase in the price of same commodity. Now next part we will learn change in demand. Thank you very much.